Mr. Salter, how you doing?
Good. How are you?
Good, good. Where am I finding you today, aside from driving?
I'm just pulling back into Wilmington, North Carolina.
Oh, awesome, awesome. So, hey, how has this training camp been? Are you just finishing up or heading to training?
Just finished or just getting home. I've been training in Charlotte the past couple of days, but it's been great. Had a training camp's been really good so far. Injury free, great group of guys to train with. And sorry, you're hearing my car beep
Oh,
because I'm
that's okay.
pulling in. My parking lot's full at my gym, so I'm having to pull into a side spot.
Oh, okay.
But yeah, everything's been good, so no complaints.
Excellent, excellent. Now you got to fight here next week against Aaron Jeffrey. Where are you in the process of getting ready for this fight? Is it everything kind of tuning down, or you're still kind of amped up and will simmer the engines next week for fight week?
Yeah, I've got one more hard week, and then I'll start uh, coming down after that.
Excellent. And so, where is the gym that you're training at right now that you're heading into? Is it Gym O? Is that the one that we're talking about?
Well, I have my gym here in Wilmington, North Carolina, Salty Dog Jiu Jitsu and Port
Okay.
City MMA,
Okay.
and then I've got I train at Gym O in right outside of Charlotte and
Okay.
Belmont.
Okay. Excellent. I like the name Salty Dog Jiu Jitsu. That's a pretty cool name. So, tell me a little bit about Aaron Jeffrey. Do you know anything a little bit about it, or is it too early in the game to kind of do the game planning for him, or is it too late in the game?
I mean, I think he's a pretty well-rounded guy. He's obviously a kickboxing background, but I think he's probably gonna be pretty good everywhere. He's I think a brown belt in jiu-jitsu. I know he wrestles a good bit, so I don't think there's anywhere that he's really gonna be weak. And I think he gets up well when he's on the ground. So I think it's gonna be an interesting fight. I think we're both two pretty well-rounded guys.
Now, looking at back at your last couple of fights, you obviously had some really stiff competition. Gegard Mousasi, and of course the current champion Johnny Eblin. What do you take from those matchups against those two really formidable opponents?
Well, it's crazy to see the difference. You got a guy like Masasi that everything is so planned out and so calculated that he just is probably one of the hardest guys to continually do something to because he makes adjustments nonstop. And then you got a guy like Eblin that he's kind of like a tank out there. He just keeps coming forward. He throws hard all the time and stays in your face. So two very different guys. And if Masasi can't come back and beat Eblin next, I don't know who they're going to have for him.
Now, I know everybody is strong in MMA and in the middleweight division, but it seems as though Eblin is just a tad stronger than everybody else. You've obviously been a veteran and you've been in with a lot of guys, but how is Johnny Eblin's strength in terms of against other competitors you've had?
Now, I mean, I may give you something that everybody else has ever went against him says something different. I didn't feel like there was an abnormal strength or anything like that. I mean, he's a strong guy. Obviously, he's wrestled his whole life. He's a stud. I really expected him to hit hard. I didn't feel like he hit as hard as I thought he was going to, but he kicked so hard. And that's what happened in the fight. We hit shins a couple of times, kicking at the same time, and then I checked a few. And I just had to make a decision in my mind. If I get kicked in the shin again, I'm probably not going to be able to continue this fight. So I've got to stay away and dance around and make sure we don't hit shins again. And it really that was the game changer to me was how hard he could kick. And I've never had that. I mean, I fought a lot of really good Thai guys, um, and I've never been at a point where my shins hurt. And I mean, I just had to make the decision that I can't go forward anymore.
Interesting, interesting. Now, just talking about a basic thing about MMA, checking a kick with your shin. How does one get used to and acclimated to doing that, defending a checking your kicking? Obviously, we see the videos of Anderson Silva and I think Cody Hill from way back when, people breaking their shins. What goes through the training first of all and gets you the mindset to say, hey, I could block this kick with my own shin?
I mean, I think you just do it for a long time. I mean, I've done the kicking tires and I've done, all the shin conditioning people do and stuff like that. But ultimately, it's just doing it for a long time. And, what's kind of interesting is two of the Corey Hill when he broke his shin and Anderson Silva when he broke his, they didn't really turn their shin over. So I've always heard every Muay Thai guy go, well, they didn't turn their hip over. They hit the side of their shin. That's why that happened. So if you turn your hip over, that won't happen. Then you look at Chris Weidman, he threw everything like textbook perfect, turned his hip over and everything, and it happened to him. So, I mean, it can just really happen, I guess, at any time. I don't know the answer to that, why it does and doesn't happen.
I got you. Just the interesting part about MMA, and one of the many things of why I didn't enter the sport. As far as yeah, your longevity, obviously you're a wise veteran here. How do you keep yourself in top shape to be fighting guys like Musasi and a Johnny Evelyn? What is there anything special thing that you do now than when you were in your 20s?
I think the main thing that I've done that some of my friends that have had trouble continuing to go in their late 30s is I never get out of shape. I never stop training. So that way, when it's time to ramp it up for a camp, I'm not shocking my body. I'm just getting right back into just picking up the level just a little bit.
Gotcha, gotcha. And so, as far as 2023 goes for John Salter, what are your hopes as far as 2023? Are you looking for 3 to 4 fights? What making a headway into the rankings? What's your goals?
Right now, it's just to beat Aaron Jeffrey, and then I'll see what's next after that. So I'm not really thinking about a whole lot past that.
Excellent. Well, John, I'll let you get to your workout. John Salter fights Aaron Jeffrey, Bellator 293 next Friday on Showtime. John, thank you so much for your time. Have safe
Thank you.
travels to California and good health for next week.
All right, thank you. Great talking to you.
Excellent. Bye bye.